It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Let's talk about the new moon. We're going to talk about what we currently are feeling, the vibe in the sky. We're going to go over the weekly horoscopes. I'm going to pull some tarot for the collective, and I will do some new moon horoscopes. And yes, so we'll get into that. But before we start, please don't forget to do your due diligence and subscribe, like, and comment, share all this stuff, especially if you get something out of it. I would appreciate if you can give a little purple heart emoji. That will work great for me. Or, even better, comment and share. That would also help me. Yes. So, also, I have a podcast. So please feel free to listen to the podcast. I actually have to do the episode. I am a week behind, but look out for a current episode. I'm definitely going to be talking about the economy and the fact that cash may be going away. So look forward to that. Now, let's get started. Let's talk about currently what we have here. Make me smaller. Yes. Okay. So currently, now, as I am filming this, hopefully as you're watching this, Mars is in a sign Scorpio, Venus is in a sign Libra, Mercury is in a sign Sagittarius, and Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, they are all retrograding. Mars in Scorpio, which I've discussed in a previous video, it brings intensity, passion. Mars is the planet of action. There's strong desire for transformation, and you may find yourself deeply committed to your goals and willing to dig deep and to achieve them, because Mars is all about achieving your goals in a Scorpio way, because now it's in a sign Scorpio. This placement can also foster strong sexual energy because Mars is very passionate and it is our drive. Okay. I was going to say Scorpio is ruling body part is that genital area. So yes, and the ability to confront challenges head on, because Scorpio is like not scared, it's fearless. I mean, or you can have the opposite with fear. Now you have, and remember, there's good and bad with Mars when you are dealing with certain aspects. So maybe war, a secret war, secret motives, things like that. Okay. So everything I said in a positive to the negative. Okay. Now I'm trying to work on not saying, so if I hesitate, it's because I'm in my head really trying to work on that. And also I have on a turtleneck, which I dislike turtlenecks. So I pull it. Anyway, just a side note of extra stuff. Now, Venus is in a sign Libra. I've also discussed that. And I've also did the horoscopes on these things too. Now, Venus ruling sign is Libra. So it's at home. There is emphasis on harmony, balance, and desire. Venus is the planet of us socializing. Libra is a very social energy. Any air sign is very social. So socializing with some friends in beautiful places is really great. You may be drawn to partnerships and artistic pursuits. Venus in Libra, it seeks fairness and compromise in the love department, and also in any type of relationship, any type of partnership. That could be business, whatever you deem a partnership. Okay. And also finding harmony through other people, because Libra energy is through a partnership of some sort. So like if you're seeking therapy, through therapy, for example, instead of like self-help, that's more Pisces. No, this is Libra. Okay. So Mercury in Sagittarius, I realized I was just yelling. Mercury in Sagittarius, that's what we currently have. And that encourages expansive thinking, being open-minded, and a love for adventure. The placement promotes a broader perspective and a thirst for knowledge and wisdom. We may be more inclined to explore different belief systems and philosophy. The thought of being very optimistic happens. It's very positive and thinking more bigger picture than smaller picture. So if you got to get things done for the bigger picture, that is perfect for this placement. And what else do we have? Now, the planet's still retrograde. I've discussed this. Jupiter in retrograde. everything in retrograde is more internal energy and maybe slowing down, not maybe, but also slowing down. So Jupiter is all about expansion and, like I said, the bigger picture, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So that's the same thing. So the bigger picture, I mean, internally thinking about our beliefs, our values, and personal growth. There's inner reflection on our philosophy and possibly spiritual beliefs and worldly matters. Uranus in retrograde. Uranus is the planet of unexpected changes, the future, thinking outside of the box, our independence. So there could be some inner reflection on freedom and opportunity to change or innovate something internally. And Neptune is retrograding, and Neptune is all about our dreams and our intuition, creativity, very empathetic energy. So we can have empathy for ourselves, okay, and drawn to spiritual practices that are more for introspection, okay? So let's get into the moon report. And I want to say the moon report. I still need to work on the sound effect on that. And today we have a new moon, Scorpio new moon. I will discuss that later, so we won't get into that moon. And the reason why I do a new moon report, the reason why I do a moon report for all my new people, if you're new here, welcome, hello. I do a moon report because the moon moves really fast. And if I did every aspect of the moon, we will be here all day. So I'm going to talk about the moon, and we'll talk about the ups and downs of the moon, and you'll get the gist. Now, Scorpio moon, I'll just briefly say, because from my personal experiences, and I have children and family, so, and friends, so there's a lot of psychological feelings coming up. A lot of things need to change and end, rebirth of some sort, some type of transition or transformation, and very intense emotional energy. Whenever there's a Scorpio moon, I always think of heavy emotions. Okay. So you have that. And now on November 14th, you have a Sagittarius moon. So there is a sense of adventure and very optimistic energy, a desire for exploration and broadening your horizons and seeking new adventure. And you may be overly optimistic. So be aware of that. Desire for freedom is huge with Sagittarius energy. And maybe the feeling of, I know Mercury is more saying things, but of being blunt and honest. Okay. Now, November 16th, Capricorn moon. The Capricorn moon brings more discipline and practical approach to our emotions. We may focus on responsibilities, career, and long term goals. And emotions could be a little reserved with this energy. We could be have a strong desire to achieve our goals and feel like we need to achieve our goals or to have leadership. It also comes out very serious and doesn't want to be emotional. So be aware of that. Okay. Now, November 18th, we have an Aquarius moon, and this is a more open and unconventional approach to our emotions. Okay. It's a time to have new perspectives. Individuality is important with this, and innovation. Emotions may be more connected for the collective, and because it's such a humanitarian energy, and we may be drawn to social causes and group activities. It's an excellent time for connecting with like-minded friends. Okay. And the down part to that is an Aquarius moon may be aloof to emotions. Be aware of that. Aloof, just like, like, who cares? Why are you so bothered? Okay. So be aware of that. Let's talk about the current transits here. And actually, while you look at these current transits, I'm going to get my water. Okay. So feel free to screenshot this if you're watching this. And yeah, November 13th, we have a new moon. Oh, sorry for the typo, in Scorpio at 1:27 a.m., which we've already had because I am recording this after. However, it's still November 13th. The sun in Scorpio is opposing Uranus in Taurus at 9:20. And when I talk about the new moon, we can still manifest with that energy. Venus in Libra was sextile Mercury in Sagittarius at 4:48 a.m., November 15th. November 17th, we have Mars trining Neptune. Sun is going to trine Neptune as well. And guess what? That means that Mars and the sun are conjunct, and Mars is a cazimi to the sun, meaning that it's in the heart of the sun. Okay. So those are the transits. Please feel free to screenshot those. Okay. And now let's get into our weekly thing. So we're getting into we're going to get into the new moon. The new moon again happened at 1:27 a.m. at 20 degrees. And the new moon marks any type of new moon marks the beginning of the lunar cycle. And it's when the moon is not visible from the earth. Now, as the moon starts to position itself between the earth, it occurs when the moon is positioned between the earth and the sun, not between the earth, between the earth and the sun. Then it starts to illuminate more. And when it starts to illuminate more, we will get the energy of, well, before that, it's about new beginnings, setting intentions, goals for upcoming events, and starting fresh. It's an opportunity for planning, introspection, and initiating projects. Now, as the moon waxes or increase in illumination, which I was trying to say earlier, the intentions start to gain momentum throughout the lunar cycle. And the full moon is where you get that closure of things, okay? And not closure, but just an awakening of like, this is how it will manifest, and emotions run high during that. So it's a great time to plant seeds and initiate changes. And we'll get into the natal charts of each oh, I said we will get into the natal charts of each of each house, each sign. Yes. Okay. So let me just talk about Scorpio new moon. Oh, I did it again. Okay. If you're a drinker, take a shot every time I say If you're trying to save money, go ahead and put $1 in a jar every time I say But I'm aware of it. I'm working on it. So, with this new moon in Scorpio, it's about emotional intensity and transformation. Scorpio energy is associated with deep emotions, passion, and introspection. I did a video on everything Scorpio. Please feel free to check that out if you are learning astrology, if you're really into it. It's great for a beginner. It's also good for someone who is studying and already knows astrology. I constantly take in energy. Well, I constantly learn from other astrologers. It's a never ending thing to learn about astrology. So when we have a new moon in Scorpio, there's powerful periods of setting intentions related to personal growth, shedding old habits, and embracing change. The lunar cycle encourages digging deep into our emotions and confronting hidden aspects, because it's all about the hidden secrets of ourselves and having renewal and a rebirth. Anything that needs to die, set the intentions for that. Okay. And I'm not talking about physical death. I'm talking about something that needs to end, okay, and be rebirthed into something new. And that is also something you can set your attentions on. Rebirth. The energy of the new moon in Scorpio is also very sexy. So go ahead. Scorpio energy is not afraid of the dark side or what is taboo. So anything taboo, go ahead and address it and set intentions for that. It's a time to invest in something wisely, because Scorpio energy is about the money. Okay. What are we investing in? How are we saving? What debt do we owe? What loans do we owe? Credit card, mortgage? Are we getting an inheritance? All that you want to manifest during this new moon. It's a great time for energy of making peace, because you don't want to have the possessiveness that Scorpio energy gives you, or that jealousy. Work on that. Power struggles. Scorpio energy is very controlling and wants the power. Be aware of that. It's a time of letting go. Remember, I said there's intensity with emotions with Scorpio. So go ahead and work on any type of relationship that you have, and try to have a bond that is not like obsessive, because Scorpio energy gets a little bit that way. Let go, because it is a fixed energy. And then also let go of grudges, because, like I said, it is fixed, and deal with the negative karma. Okay. So now with these, actually, let me show you what we have here, and I'm showing the chart. And is this the new moon? Yes, it is. Okay, it's at 20 degrees though. So it's just, this says 21, but that's fine. 28. This is okay. They're all conjunct. Now you see that you have, actually, let me go to it. Let's go to the new moon. There we go. Now, what you see here, see it's at 20 degrees. And also, too, you see that it's close to that Mars. So it's conjunct. And when you have it conjunct, the sun and the moon is conjunct Mars. And when you have that, then you have major intense energy. Okay. Mars is all about your action and drive. And when you have that conjunct, it's just amplified. And it's amplified in a Scorpio way. Let me see. And 20 degrees, I think, is a Sagittarius degree. Let me check on that. Let me just make sure. 20 degrees. No. Oh, it's a Scorpio degree. Everything's extra potent. Extra potent with the 20 degrees in Scorpio. Okay. Now, not only do we have that, then so we have Mars conjunct, so everything is extra intense, transformative intentions, powerful initiations, emotional deepness, because Scorpio is a water sign, it's associated with that. Be prepared for heightened emotional experiences, passionate pursuits, because Mars adds a layer of passion, because it's your actions are fueled by that fire. Okay. So be aware of that and be very authentic. Potential changes, you may also lead to conflicts if it's not channeled constructively. And that is today, everyone. Okay. As I am saying this. Also, the new moon in Scorpio is going to be opposing that Uranus, and you'll get that more tomorrow, which I will discuss. Okay. But you start to feel that a little bit today. So this is what we get. And also, too, this conjunction gets a little bit closer as I speak. 2 more days, as you know, because it's a degree, as I get into it. So, but remember that moon, the emotions is more what we're talking about. And we have that we're experiencing that with our emotions. Okay. So now the sun opposes Uranus. That's going to happen actually at 9:20 a.m. And that's this morning. And when you have that, the sun is our ego and it's the boss. If it's our body, it brings light to a lot of things, and it's going to highlight things related to personal power, rebirth, and emotional explorations. It encourages you to dive deep into your own psyche and uncover hidden truths, because we're dealing with that Scorpio energy. Now, Uranus in Taurus, Uranus is the planet of innovation, rebellion, and sudden change. So you can have disruption with the status quo with unexpected shifts in the areas of life of Taurus. And the Taurus is with our stability, our finances, the material world, our resources, physical bodies. So Uranus and Taurus challenges the conventional and can lead to surprising developments in those areas. We could be manic, self-celebration. So manic self-celebration, just like overly celebrating ourselves. Willful, determined, erratic behavior, excessive urges for independence, because Uranus is about freedom and maybe independence with our body, inability to cooperate or compromise with others. It makes me think of actually what I did today. Just personal sharing. And I always have to make sure that I'm still, yes. So what I did today, personal sharing, is that my teenager needs his credit card and he hasn't gotten it yet. And I complained because I needed my freedom. It was very unexpected. I was actually working out, and that's just a small little, I stopped my workout to go complain, why isn't his credit card here? That is a Uranus in Taurus, okay? And my son in Scorpio didn't want to be bossed around, and I want this done now. So sudden changes, rebellion and independence. That was a little bit of me rebelling because I wanted my independence, even though I am a mother. But I really want him to have his independence. Okay. Tensions and unpredictability, innovative insights, emotional turbulence. It's the energy of staying grounded. So be aware of that. Also, I just want you to know that this energy hits other people stronger in other ways. So there could be some unexpected developments in finances and economy. Today, I was learning how Chase Bank no longer takes cash. That would be a sun in Scorpio dealing with this Uranus. Okay. Uranus can trigger certain sudden and disruptive changes in financial markets. currency values and economic policies. Be prepared for a surprising twist. To walk into a bank and not be able to give cash is a very surprising gift. Earthquakes and environmental concerns. We had a fire yesterday, and that is more Mars energy. And because that deals with fire, sun can deal with fire too in Los Angeles. I have to look more into that, and I'll put that on a podcast. And political, because the reason we could have earthquake and environment concerns is because Taurus is an earth sign. Anytime we're dealing with earth signs, we could be dealing with any type of natural disasters and unexpected environmental shifts. Okay. So we have political turbulence. Uranus can lead to power struggles and conflicts, technical advancements and breakthroughs, because Uranus is in charge of our technology. And especially if it's a technology that you deem a resource, like if you use your phone for business, if you use the internet for business, there you go. Okay. So expect discoveries and development in areas like artificial intelligence, renewable energy, or other disruptive technologies. Personal liberation and awakeness, social movements and protests can happen with this. Yes, today, even though I'm already saying this, you can just still lingers. Innovative in agriculture and food production, because Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. Just leaving that alone without this aspect. This is when you get the fake meat. I discussed this in a podcast, and I'm sorry to keep referring to podcasts, but it's so astrology we can talk about this all day. So I've already discussed this, and that was Uranus and Taurus. Go ahead, check out the link below, and you can get all the info on that. But the fake meat, that is Uranus and Taurus. Okay. Electric and renewable and energy advancement, development in the field of renewable energy sources, electrical vehicles, sustainable practices. Expect surprises with that. And I don't read everything. And did I say no? I just said and. I don't read everything in the news, so I'm just trying to give it all to you so you can have it. And like I said, the money, cash. Oh, Taurus also represents banks. Scorpio represents money we owe, but both of them are money signs. So something innovative with that. And I clearly got my awakening with that today while watching my news. Okay, so November 15th, and I said, November 15th, let's go there. We have Venus. Where's my Venus? Venus, where are you? Venus is sextile Mercury, 8 degrees, and that's going to be at 4:48 a.m. And Venus is the planet of love and relationships, and a planet of communication is Mercury, and transportation. A lot more. But when you have this, there's happy and playful thoughts, harmonious and friendly communication, gifts of agreement and compromise, fun discussions about relationship and culture, the lighter side of life. Now, Venus, again, is at home in Libra. Mercury in Sagittarius is very optimistic. So, very optimistic conversations about relationships, okay? And harmony and law and balance and being very diplomatic, charming and elegant conversations. Express yourself with a charming way. Anytime you have conflicts with someone, I will use this energy to talk to them, because they're going to be very optimistic in discussing the relationship that you guys have with each other. And what else do we have? They're going to be very open-minded. You're going to be probably into new experiences, because Mercury is very adventurous. Candid conversations can happen. So you'll be frank. However, you will have the trine. So the trine is you don't have to do much work. God is on your side. So go ahead and have those conversations that you need to have. Expressing affection, you get with this because it facilitates the expression of love. Social and romantic opportunities, if you are single or if you're trying to make this relationship work, today, that day is the day. Creative and artistic expression, negotiation and agreements, because we are dealing with law, diplomatic efforts, peace talk around the world that day, positive media and artistic expression. Because that Mercury is in Sagittarius, there will be a focus on expansion and optimistic communication. Okay. And the news stories should be promoting art, literature, cultural events. There's celebrate diversity cultural exchange, open-mindedness and tolerance, travel and cross-cultural experiences, legal and ethical discussions. What else do we have? Positive education, initiations, and increased social activity. There may be more increased social activity because Venus is very social. Mercury in Sagittarius, very social too. And cultural events, you may be going to like a cultural event or going to an event discussing culture. Okay. So, yes, very positive that day. So, let's move on to the 17th. And the 17th, we have another trine, and Mars is going to trine Neptune. Do we have it at 25 degrees? 24. So this is a little bit early. This is actually going to be at 12:38 a.m. This is just some time later. There we go. So at 25 degrees, Mars is going to trine. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I talking in it? Oh, well, it's still a little bit too early. But Mars is going to trine 12:35. Oh, this is PM. Sorry. Here we go. Because I'm anal and I'm like, it needs to say, there it goes, 24, 24. So we have this trining Mars, 24 degrees. And again, I discussed Mars in Scorpio. It's that the planet of action, energy, and how we assert ourselves. When it's in a sign Scorpio, there's intense energy, there's intense passion. We're very determined when we are asserting ourselves, and we have deep emotions, and there is power and transformation. Neptune and Pisces. Now, Pisces and Neptune is at home. Okay. It is its ruler. It is the same energy. Just think of Neptune just all by itself. Okay. And it's about spirituality, imagination, dreams, compassion. Neptune is also cloudy judgment and what we cannot see. However, it's very positive here because we're trining. And whenever we have trine, again, it is God is on our side. We don't have to do much work. It's going to land on our lap. And when we have a sextile, the energy is on our side. We just have to do the work. But this one is a trine, so we don't have to do the work. So with that said, strong yet sensitive and flowing nature, a talent for quiet effectiveness, compassionate action, emotional and creative expression, empathetic actions, and spiritual and mystical exploration. Now, because we have that Mars, this is major. Yeah. And we have the sun trining that day too. So the sun right here in the sign Scorpio is going to trine Neptune in Pisces. Yeah, because they're both at 24 degrees. This is the day of spirituality. Okay. Now, I have my notes. I'll get into it. But if you want some healing, if you want a tarot reading, if you want an astrology reading, if you want to talk to any type of healer, if you need healing in any way spiritually. Now, Neptune in a sign Pisces, like I said earlier, it's the energy of you cannot see it. So to take advantage of this energy with these trines, reach out, or maybe it will come to you. Okay, to a healer of some sort that is God-like, because you can't see God, you can feel it, and that's what Pisces energy. And then you have the Scorpio. The reason why I'm so into this and saying this is because Scorpio is water. Pisces is water. We're dealing with emotions, and not only are we dealing with emotions, but we're dealing with some heavy intuition. This is a great time to seek any type of healers because they're already in their practice and they're already tapped into that intuition. Now, if you're like, no, I don't want to do that, it's a great time for you to tap into that intuition. Really explore your dreams because that's it. Psychological healing can happen with this through your dreams. Write it down. You can get support psychologically through any type of therapist. I would say a spiritual one, though. Charitable endeavors, romantic and sensual experiences, because Pisces loves to be romantic, and Scorpio is like, yeah, let's get that connection through our bodies. And positive energy for projects, because it's very harmonious. You're going to be creative. You're going to want to start a new spiritual practice or engage in personal growth activities. And remember, emotional healing is also forgiveness. So work on that. It's a good time to release the grudges and work on repairing. That's a great Scorpio word. Repairing, rebirthing, renewing, rejuvenating, transformation a relationship. Okay. Now, Sun is going to also in Scorpio is also going to trine Pisces. So we get serene and radiant nature. Let me actually look up 24 degrees is going to be in the sign Pisces. Ooh, it's going to be strong. There's going to be some ending. If you are dealing with drugs and you're trying to stop using drugs, that could be happening. Someone could be coming on your door and saying, we're going to end the drugs now. Today is the day that we change your life. There's also going to be any addiction. It doesn't have to be drugs. Any emotional issues. Great day to work on. Any shadow work, anything that needs closure or ending. It's just great. Also, it's a great time to seek solitude and be alone and working from within. Great energy for that. Okay, so let me go back and where was I? I was on the sun. Hold on, let me go back to my notes. Yeah, so the sun is going to enhance your intuition. Like I said, the dreams are huge that night, and write them down. Creative inspiration, deep emotional connections, spiritual awakening could be happening. Empathy and compassion for others. There is this idealism and a utopia. Okay, vision, because Neptune and Pisces tends to be idealistic and more fostered to our utopian kind of vision. So you can inspire to see the world being in a very better place. Romantic, sensual, sensitivity, I said dreams, emotional depth, and compassion. Very loving energy through your emotions. I love it. I love it. I love it. Also, too, that day, and what day is that? That's the 17th. And what day is the moon? Hold on, let's see what this moon is on the 17th. Capricorn moon. Ooh, it's very grounded. So that moon with the emotions is going to help you be grounded while you're dealing with all this other emotional stuff. It's great. And I think it's a great balance. Great balance for the collective. Okay, so getting things done business wise and still having the emotional boundaries to really go deep. I call it a win-win. Okay, so the next day, what do we have? Oh, also that same day, Mars in Scorpio is going to conjunct, because it's 24 degrees, it's going to conjunct, it's in the heart of the sun. So I know right here they're next to each other, but actually it's in there. It's where that dot is, okay? And that happens at 9:41 p.m. As I scooch this down. And now you see they're at the same degree, and it's going to be at 25 degrees. 25 degrees is an Aries degree, okay? And Aries is about taking action, and it has like a fighting spirit. It's about the competition and wants to do things first. It's not going to give up on, especially on its faith. There's some war, there's some struggle, could indicate labor, diligence, leadership, beginnings, and war, okay? But this is conjunct. Well, it's not a but. Just be aware that this is conjunct. So you have this Mars. It's going to be very strong. Kazemi means in the heart of the sun. So that means also that it's going to be intense, powerful, intense energy with the Aries dealing with Scorpio. Okay. So what I see happening with this energy is impulsive toward dynamic action and assertion. Very masculine energy is going to happen here. You're going to be a go-getter, masculine yang. You're a very external, outward energy, boldness and courageous, physical confidence and strength, heightened energy and drive, personal empowerment, because the sun is all about the self. And then you have it in the Aries degree, is really going to be about the self, baby. Assertive and leadership, again, connecting with that sun and Aries. strong leadership, passion and desire, transformation and renewal, because remember it's in a sign of Scorpio. So it's going to mark a time for personal transformation, because that Aries is about the individual. The sun is about the individual. So you're going to get that. Now the sex drive may be strong for some. So be ready for that. You may be feeling very passionate, determined, empowered. There may be some intense feelings too, because the sun is dealing with the boss of our body. Let's see what is the moon that day. The moon is still in a sign Capricorn, so we still will be grounded emotionally, but just be ready for that. Now, there's the again. Investigations and revealing secrets. Huge with this. The sun is going to reveal some secrets on people's actions as a collective. Okay. So, investigative journalism, whistleblowers, unveiling hidden information or some secrets. Not really information, but actions, the desires, the determination. People who are maybe secretly determined to get you. That's going to bring the light to that. Okay. And what else do we have? Again, as a collective, transformation, rebirth, renewal, all that will be highlighted. Intense emotional situations. We could be looking at that in the news. So, like breakthrough situation where individuals or groups are deeply passionate about a cause. And we are going to have major Scorpio themed topics, because Mars and the sun are going to be they're in a sign Scorpio, but now the sun is shining a bright light on Mars. Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. So Scorpio topics are psychology, sexuality, death, regeneration, transformation. Again, I did a video on that. It goes even deeper. So go ahead. Anything taboo and dark. Surgeons also is a thing too. Personal stories of transformation. Also transgender. Let's see how that plays out with this, because Scorpio is also representing transgenders. Anyone who had a physical transformation, that would probably be highlighted that day. Embrace the transformation, have your assertive communication, do your investigative research, face your fears, and transform your limiting beliefs, because Scorpio wants to address it. They don't want to keep anything on the surface level. Physical activity and fitness. Great for your body, especially because sometimes Scorpio has no self-control. Okay. So that should be addressed. Resolve conflicts directly and be mindful of impulsiveness. Avoid being impulsive or aggressive, and instead harness the energy for positive and constructive action. So that's what we have for this week. I also going to right now, well, before I do that, I want to say next week we have the sun enters Sagittarius, Mars enters Sagittarius, and as we keep going, I'm aware, as we keep going, that Mercury is going to retrograde. It's probably in the shadow phase already. So get that, be aware of it, and it's in the sign Sagittarius. So all my Sagittarius people, be aware, okay? And I sent, I'm saying, I just need to think. I sent personal emails, text messages, DMs to my clients already who have Sagittarius energy about this, because we are dealing with that Mercury retrograding in Sagittarius. I find from my personal experience that if you have a planet retrograding in the sun sign, you feel it the most. And then your rising and your moon, it feels it, not as much as the sun sign. So there we go. Now, let's see what else we have. Oh, yes, I want to do the horoscopes. I'm doing a little bit different. So what I'm showing you, actually, no. What I'm going to show you is, yes, this is what you're going to screenshot. We're going to start with the Scorpios first. This is the new moon if you want to set your intentions. Sorry, I was drinking my water. And what we have here is that Scorpio is going to be in the first house. And I put everything down. So you're going to manifest new beginnings, a better self-image, and self-direction. Screenshot this, okay? Libra, your new moon is in the second house. So we're dealing with financial abundance, increased self-esteem, and anything that you really want physically. Okay. Now I'm going to say what you can manifest. It also could be what you want to start, but that's the same as manifesting. Virgo is going to be in your third house. You're going to manifest the ability to express yourself clearly and to get your message across better with communication and community and your siblings. Okay. Now let's go on to Aquarius. It's going to be in your 10th house. Now, this could be your rising sign, sun, moon, and rising. Check them all. And then we have Aquarius. Now you can manifest your goals, helping others through your work, changing your careers. This is huge with your career and public life, your self-image. Manifest that in any way you want. Capricorn, 11th house. This is hopes and dreams. This is actually your new moon. This is your day. Okay. You can manifest anything you want because that 11th house, when you have a new moon in that 11th house, it's your hopes and dreams, future, technology, friends, your networks, all that. Okay. Sagittarius, welcome. Hello. You can manifest inner peace, ending addictions, closure, anything that is just in the dark. Manifest that. Get some closure with that. Sagittarius, that is also me. I am a Sagittarius rising. Leo, fourth house. We are going to, not we, you will be manifesting a happy home because it's in that fourth house. Anything dealing with your mom, females, your past, what you feel safe, what you feel secure, what makes you feel safe. Go ahead and manifest that, improving your legacy as well. And Cancers is in your fifth house. I am a Cancer sun. You can manifest having a good time, romance, being your true self, and being on stage because Leo energy is the star and Leo is the fifth house. Now, Gemini, sixth house. You can manifest the opportunity to help others, anything dealing with your pets, if you are a pet owner or if you love animals, and self-analyzing. Now, this is also dealing with your health. Did I say that? Health. This is also dealing with your daily routines and your work environment. So set intentions for all that. And then now we have the Taurus is in your seventh house. Manifest healing with your relationships and your partners. All about your love. Anything dealing with art, anything dealing with aesthetics, anything dealing with beauty. Go ahead and manifest that. Aries, eighth house. Also could be dealing with law. Aries, eighth house. Manifest more money, better sex, overcoming fear, discovering secrets, releasing secrets. Okay. What do you owe? Who's trying to control you? Anything dealing with that, you can manifest. Okay. If you have a power trip, release that, manifest that. Now, ninth house manifests being able to see the big picture, expansion, being optimistic, legal matters, traveling the world, and seeing things in a bigger, I said big picture. It's very optimistic and optimistic energy. So go ahead. Now, screenshot all that. And yes, now I'm going to do tarot for the collective real quick. And I hope you guys like the way I did the horoscopes. You know, it's hard. I wouldn't say it's hard. It just takes a long time. I have a lot of things I have to do because Scorpio season is booked and busy, boy. Booked and busy. Okay, so for the collective, with this new moon, for the collective, we have the sun in reverse. That just makes me think of the moon. It's all going inward, introspection. It's not about external energy. It's all about internal energy, especially with the Scorpio moon. Okay. Now, this is all about fertility, but there needs to be some closure with this. And then we have the King of Wands in reverse. People may feel like they have a lack of drive and not motivated this week. And it's okay. Maybe you need to tap into the intuitions and your emotions. And it's okay to rest and to be more at home and to be more introspective, because the Wand's energy is external. It's a masculine energy. It wants to be out. It is the fire. It's the sun. Okay. It wants to be out. And we have a lot of water going on. So seek solitude. It's okay. It's fine just for this week. And we have some movement and we have some growth. I would expect that. That is the Eight of Wands. in the upright, and we have some decisions that we have to make. And this card, this is the Two of Swords. This card has a moon up there, so use your intuition. Also, we have the water down there, so use your intuition when you're indecisive, when you're stagnant and you can't make that decision. Go ahead and go with what your intuition says. I'm going to pull one more card for the collective. And we have the King of Cups. Yeah. So it's clear that the tarot cards are saying, seek God, seek spirituality, seek your intuition, be emotionally intelligent this week. And yeah, it's all about the Scorpio energy. Really do the healing as a collective, really do the healing as an individual. Okay. And what else? Be emotionally intelligent, be compassionate, be nurturing. And we have the King of Cups. So the king is the leader. King is also fire. I know it doesn't make sense, but fire and water. Whenever we're dealing with the king, it is very passionate with their emotions. It is very driven with their intuition. Okay. Anything fire you put in front of the water. Okay. So it's very courageous with their emotions, very courageous with nurturing, very courageous with the intuition. And you can change that to passions, very passionate with their intuition, very passionate when being compassionate. Okay. Yes, so that is what you get this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you enjoyed this new format of how I'm doing things and make things easier. You still get the horoscopes, we still get the tarot, we still get it all. Okay. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next week. And until then, bye.